Okay, so for Thermage, we are going to show you how to do the outline for the markings. So first, we want to take our alcohol and we are going to just do a little, sorry, I know this is going to smell. So we're just dampening the skin. Then I'm going to take my grid paper, and ideally we want to do the 4 or the D in the center. We're gonna line it up with the eyebrows. Emma does not have any tattoos, so I can go a little bit on the eyebrow. If she had tattoos, then I would go right above. I don't like that. Well, it's definitely gonna stick. Okay. Then we are simply going to dab the paper with rubbing alcohol again. Once the paper dries, remember, the grid will not stick. So you need to do this pretty fast. So I'm gonna do the cheeks first, and then I'm gonna come back and finish the temple. So with the cheeks, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that grid and we're gonna line it up with the corner of the mouth and the corner of the nose. So you can either go this way or this way, whatever you prefer. And then we just want to palpate and make sure that we are, or how close we are to the eye. Ready? Oh, this is going to smell a little bit again. And we're making sure that we're always on a slight angle, because remember, in Thermage, we do want to work our way up. Okay. As you can see, my paper is starting to dry, so I am going to have to remove it. We're going to do the other side. There's nothing like alcohol first thing in the morning, you know? Alcohol. Okay, perfect. So now I'm just gonna go and finish the temples. I'm gonna finish the chin and the submental. As you see, because I did my paper lengthwise this way, I was able to do my 2 rows below the jawline. And Emma's face actually works out really well. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So her second row for the section 2 is right on the jawline. I'm gonna do this first. up. Perfect. So now we have finished doing the markings. Now what we're going to do is we will do the vectors. So you can do the vectors sitting up, which would be more ideal, but for timing right now, I'm going to show you how to do it laying down. So I'm going to move to be in front of Emma, and we are going to palpate. So remember, we're doing that Nike swoosh. So we're starting about the corner of the nose. And we're moving up. This is a blue pencil. You can use white, you can use black, you can use blue. The corner of the mouth, we're gonna go parallel with this. There we go. I'm gonna do jawline. I'm gonna go right under, and we're gonna start right underneath that submental. There we go. So remember, section 1 is the cheek. We have 3 rows in section 1, 2 vectors. Section 2, we have 2 rows above the jawline, 2 rows below, and we have 2 vectors, 1 on the top of the jawline, 1 right starting underneath submental and along. Then we're gonna do eyebrows. Can you just look up, open your eyes, look up straight, go straight up. Perfect. Okay, thank you. So we're gonna do, actually, I'm gonna raise that tail. I'm gonna do this on a little bit of an angle, and an angle. So remember, for the eyebrows, we're kind of like doing like a W, I always say. The first line is gonna be straight up, just at the top. Always lift to where your vectors, how you want them to be pulled. And then here, I want it to be on an angle because I want to pull and arch that eyebrow a little bit more. Same thing with the tail. You see the difference there? Here, we want to go underneath and contour, and then we want to lift. So I want to go right underneath that cheekbone. Around the mouth, we're going to lift. So then you're getting a little bit more of that lift here. Same thing with the jawline. And then you would do the same thing on the other side. And that is Thermage. Oh, an extra one, I'll give you guys an extra one. Mouth, you can go along like this. That is if you're seeing a little bit more of that volume loss here. Another one you could do for an extra would be something going across these 2 vector lines, like that. If you were doing these 3rd vectors, you need to make sure that you're doing enough pulses on the other 2. Remember, we want to bulk heat. So we want this more pulses to get that effect. So if somebody has a really petite face, maybe then you do want to do that extra 3rd vector. And if they don't, then I would say I would stick with the ones that we know we love, which is, once again, that Nike swoosh. So we're going underneath that cheek. From the mouth, we're gonna follow parallel up to the ear, jawline, and then submental. And then our W for our brows.